Devices without proper community support are typically just a pile of PCBs, but that's not really the case with a lot of M5 stack IoT devices, specifically the M5 stack Cardputer, which we've gone over a lot on this channel. Hi, I'm your pal Cal, and today we'll be going over the new C5 Labs MonsterC5. Now, the MonsterC5 is by an awesome company by the name of Lab5, and they are some of the coolest devs that I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. Me, Talking Sasquatch, and Man in the Mayhem have been testing the MonsterC5 for the past week, and this is one of the coolest add-on boards for the Cardputer and the M5 Stack Tab 5. The M5 Stack Tab 5, up until I want to say last week, had no custom firmware. I mean, they did have custom firmware like B. Morselli's launcher, who put a lot of effort into putting launcher in there, by the way, but there wasn't anything to really cater to the community like there is for the Cardputer, the M5 Stick, and, you know, the M5 Atom, for example. Even the M5 Stack Nano C6 has custom firmware that caters to pen testers and ethical hackers, and the Tab 5 just didn't. That changes now, and it gets even better with a MonsterC5. Recently, a lot of people have been asking why I wear gloves in my videos, and that's because I spend the entire day soldering, and I'm really self-conscious about my fingers, and sorry if this bothers you. So this is what the MonsterC5 looks like on the face. You've got one boot and one reset button, and on the side, you've got a USB-C port that you can actually flash the Monster, 2 Grove connectors, one in, one out, and one 4-pin Grove connector for you to attach a GPS. Now, the GPSs that are compatible with this guy are as follows: the ATGM336H, which is one of the best GPS modules that you can put on any project. They're cheap, they're inexpensive. We'll give you a soldering guide on where to solder what where, and also the M5 Stack GPS modules that you can actually just get straight from M5 Stack. These GPS modules work great. I've tested them. They're fantastic, and they work great with the C5. We're gonna give you a teardown of the MonsterC5, show you what's on the inside, and show you why it might just make the Tab 5 one of the greatest pen testing tools in M5 Stack's catalog. Now, before we get right into this, there is something that we do need to talk about. As I mentioned before, hardware with no software support is just a pile of PCBs, and, well, a lot of these open source devs work tirelessly to give us awesome custom firmware like the Bruce Project, Launcher, Evil M5, M5 Porkchop, Laboratorium, and they deserve the support of the community. And you can support our devs by clicking one of the links down below. I've linked so many of the coolest projects down below, including Laboratorium, and if you check up their GitHub page, well, give them a star, because they deserve it, and they do a lot to make us, well, just a little bit smarter each and every day. Now, a quick overview of the MonsterC5. It comes in this really nice 3D printed case. You've got 2 Lego connectors for you to attach to the back of the Cardputer, and you can connect your Cardputer or Tab 5 from this 4-pin Grove connector right here. You have one for in, one for out if you wanted to daisy chain another monster, for example, and one for a GPS. The USB-C port right there is for flashing. Don't forget that if you do attach a GPS, you can attach an ATGM336H like I've MacGyvered right here, or you can use the official M5 Stack GPS modules. There's 2 of them. They both work just fine, and this one works perfectly. If you do MacGyver an ATGM336H to a 4-pin Grove connector like I've done here, make sure yellow is to RX, white is to TX, black is to ground, and red is to VCC. Don't forget to attach a ceramic antenna. I've used this short one because, well, it just stays out the way. I know this isn't ideal, but it does work. And if you use other custom firmware like M5 Porkchop or Bruce, make sure you change the baud rate to 9600, or else it won't work. On the inside, we've got a wonderful blue PCB. We've got the ESP32-C5 Room 1U right here, 1 boot, 1 reset button, a micro SD card slot, 1 color changing NeoPixel that acts as a status LED. We've got an SMA antenna connected to that IPEX right there, and the ports that we mentioned earlier. Now, you see these pins right here? That is kind of one of the coolest part about this. You can solder these headers to those pins right there, and then it creates a kind of core module, a C5 core module. That way you can attach it to the back of the actual Tab 5, which has these female headers right here for you to attach different core modules, for example. And we have a LoRaWAN module right here that we can just stick to the back of the Tab 5 like that, and that's what you can do with the actual MonsterC5. Now I've got these little Lego connectors on my Cardputer ADV. You can find like a bag of 500 of them for like $5, or you can 3D print your own. And the MonsterC5 just connects to the back of it like so. It attaches beautifully straight to the back like a backpack. Now, one thing that you will see that is kind of annoying from the time of this video, this is a work in progress and they are working on a fix for this. We take this GPS module and attach it to the 4-pin Grove connector that says GPS. Once we do that, we can grab a 4-pin Grove connector and connect it to in, which is right there. And we're gonna plug that in. And grab the other one right here. You wanna make sure that it says 5-volt out, switch to the left. And then we plug in our 4-pin Grove connector. Just like that. And we cut on our Cardputer. You can see our GPS is in fact working. And the reason why I was worried is because when I was taking off the case, I accidentally bent the 4-pin Grove connector, and that was kind of tragic. Now, this is their custom firmware that works with the Monster called Laboratorium. And Laboratorium comes packed full of features, including red team tools, which we can actually turn on if we'd like. It comes passive off rip unless you turn on enable red team tools. Now, from the time of this video, Laboratorium is available on M5 Burner for the Tab 5, but not for the ADV. But there is a web flasher that allows you to flash the MonsterC5 on the back, as well as the Cardputer ADV. Let me show you guys how to do that. We're gonna wanna go to github.com/C5lab, and once you get to C5 Lab, I'll actually recreate this. You'll see Project Zero. Project Zero is actually their Flipper Zero board. We're gonna give them a star. Head over to C5 Lab, and you see the M5 MonsterC5 Tab 5. And this will actually give us everything for the Tab 5, and that looks amazing. We're gonna give them a star as well right here. This is a brand new project. Go back here, and for our Cardputer ADV, we go to M5 MonsterC5 Cardputer ADV, and we scroll down. Once we scroll down, you should see JanOS on the Monster board, and their web flasher is right here. This is for flashing the actual MonsterC5. And you want to hold the boot button on the MonsterC5, plug it in, hit connect, and then flash. We can go back over here, and then over here it says app for the Cardputer ADV. This is to actually flash your Cardputer ADV. But we can also head over to releases, over here, copy the bin file and put it in our downloads if you want to use launcher. But, it's, totally up to you. Over here, we can go to flasher, connect our Cardputer ADV or Cardputer 1.1, press connect, and then we're gonna press flash. That's all we have to do. To flash the Tab 5, you're gonna wanna download M5 Burner. Also, you wanna make sure you have your ESP32 drivers installed. I've also linked them down below. And we're gonna head down to Tab 5 in M5 Burner. Scroll down, this is launcher. There we go, M5 MonsterC5 Tab 5. You want to download, make sure you select the correct COM port, and then press burn. Now that we've flashed our device, we can test some of the features available on the Cardputer, but before we do so, this video is for educational purposes only, and remember to only test your own hardware. Do not test networks that you do not have permission to test on, and we are in a closed environment testing our own hardware with permission. And don't be a skid. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me here because the screen auto dims and that glare is terrible. But here we have Wi-Fi scan and text. Let's press enter. And it's actually scanning with the MonsterC5. Now, once it's done its scan, we can actually select networks and then hit the right button for next. And we can click sniffer. And it'll sniff out packets. We can also press P for probes, and we can press R for results. Now remember, we don't have red team tools turned on, so we're gonna go up, and over here we can go to Wi-Fi sniff and karma, allowing us to browse clients, show probe, and of course, we can go back, go to Deauth detector, and the Deauth detector works just fine. We can demonstrate this in 1 second. Now on my Stick S3, I'm running Bruce, and we're gonna scroll down real quick. until we find Wi-Fi ATK. For the sake of conversation, we are in a closed environment. I am giving myself permission to do this, and there we go. 70 detections. 162, yeah, like this works just fine. Now under Bluetooth, we can go down. We have AirTag scan, Bluetooth locator. Let's go to Bluetooth scan. Give it a second. Pulled up the Bluetooth MAC addresses as well as signal strength. Oh, there's my multimeter. Now, if you have Red Team tools turned on over here, you'll actually find the collected data, but we do not have Red Team tools on. If you guys want to turn them on, you'll actually need to go to settings and click enable Red Team on. If you want to configure the GPS, we can go to GPS. And we do have an ATGM336H. It is wired correctly. We can select it. And if you have the M5 Stack GPS module, all you got to do is select that one right there. But we can press GPS read and it'll give us just basic GPS data. Oh, it is blinking. Oh yeah, look at that. We're good to go. Connected to 4 satellites. Now, per YouTube guidelines, I won't be going over all of the Red Team tools that are available, but you guys are more than welcome to flash this on your Cardputer ADV or your Tab 5, and, well, you can check them out for yourself. Now, turning the Cardputer ADV into a dual-band Wardriver is actually really cool, and being able to toggle Red Team tools on and off is also a really nice feature. Now, I was going to solder on the headers to the Monster so I could stick it to the back of the Tab 5, but we can connect it with the 4-pin Grove connector, and I really like the way it sits on the back of the Cardputer ADV, so we're going to connect it with the 4-pin Grove connector, but it's really awesome. So we're going to take our Monster and plug it into the 4-pin Grove connector right here, and we're going to run it along the back of it. I have a lot of slack. I know. I am well aware of that. Let's turn on our Tab 5. We get prompted with the splash screen. And there we go. Now, just like the Cardputer, oh my God, that's a horrible glare. Now, mind you, I'm showing you the features with Red Team tools turned off, and you can't barely see that. We have global Wi-Fi tests, like being able to Wardrive, which is really hard to see. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Now, similar to the M5 Stack Cardputer, it has the same functions, just a lot better of a UI, and it's really nice in the palm of your hand, especially if you stick it to the back of the actual Tab 5. The one thing I do wish is that M5 Stack went with a LiPo battery instead of having this little pick-oop, you know what I mean? It's got a hump on it. It's got a dump truck. However, it does kind of sit in your hand, which is also really cool. But we're gonna head over to Wi-Fi scan, and it is literally just scanning using the C5. We also have internal features because it does have an ESP32-C5 built in, which means it has Matter, Zigbee thread, which also is available on the C5. And here we have our networks. We have Network Observer, which is also really nice. We can begin and start. We also run different features that are available. You do get more features with Red Team tools turned on, but it was really nice that this is available like this. So we're going to head over to Bluetooth. You guys can barely see that. We have AirTag scan and Bluetooth scan and locator. Now, I know that's really hard to see, but we have signal strength as well as the Bluetooth MAC addresses. And once again, there is my multimeter, which is actually 2 rooms away. Now we're going to turn Red Team tools on and kind of show you how there is a lot more features. Like, you get a lot more features on Red Team tools turned on. We go back. You have a regular deauth detector, which is the same as the one that we went over on the Cardputer ADV. Under Bluetooth, we do have the same features. You just get a lot more Wi-Fi features when you turn Red Team tools on, making it a really nice Wi-Fi auditing tool. And if you look right there, our GPS is actually connected. We can confirm that by heading over here, go to Global Wi-Fi, and in Global Wi-Fi, we can head over to Wardrive, and it's acquiring, yep, GPS signal acquired. And that is it. You can go on your drive and everything will save to the SD card on the inside of this guy right about there. which is awesome. Like, I think that's an awesome feature. They are still working on this firmware. I think it would be really awesome if they can have it list. I believe Talking Sasquatch mentioned it to them, and they said that they were going to be implementing more and more features the more, I guess, we move along, which is awesome. But you do need a MonsterC5 to access any of these features on the Tab 5 or the Cardputer ADV or the Cardputer 1 or 1.1. The M5 Stack Tab 5 was teased as this next great Cardputer-like device, and it was even teased with a full keyboard, and we still haven't gotten that keyboard, but that doesn't matter. We've gotten the MonsterC5, and the MonsterC5 not only makes the Cardputer an amazing dual-band pen testing tool, but it also turns the Tab 5 into one of the greatest IoT devices that you can use as a pen testing tool, dedicating the 2.4 gigahertz band to one microcontroller and the C5 to the 5 gigahertz band. That, to me, is amazing. Now, not only that, but the GPS is maybe the only caveat. Like, everything is great here except for the GPS dangling, and they are working on a fix for that. As a matter of fact, like, they're working on some really cool stuff, and if you want to stay updated, they have a Discord server that you can join down below, and we have our link to our Discord server down below as well. More and more people are contributing to the M5 Stack ecosystem and the community behind the awesome custom firmwares that's available on M5 Burner and on M5 devices. I think that's amazing, and it's almost surreal to see it grow as advanced and cool as it is today. Now, I'm not just trying to hype Lab 5 up. They also make the greatest Flipper Zero GPIO board I've ever used. It's an ESP32-C5 with an external antenna and a built-in ATGM336H, connects almost instantly, has its own custom firmware, their own FAP file. I believe it's called also Laboratorium, and it is so easy to work around. We'll be doing a full video on it very soon, so make sure you tune in. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel, liking, sharing, hyping. It helps the algorithm, it helps me, it helps support the channel, and honestly, I would appreciate it. But if you don't want to do any of that, if you could take one thing away from this video from me, please support our developers, man. They put in so much effort. I've linked so many GitHub links down below, and all you gotta do is click, give them a star. And on the front page of my channel, I've put support links to some of my favorite projects, and probably some of your favorite projects too. If you're interested in snagging yourself a MonsterC5, I've linked the Tindy link down below. They're available on Tindy. They do come from Poland. They are working on that. If you already have your MonsterC5, I've linked the flashers down below as well. If you've never flashed an ESP32, I have the ESP32 drivers linked down below as well. All the links are down below. And honestly, if you need any help, feel free to join the Discord and ask somebody, man. Or contribute to the people who ask questions, or just come hang out. We'll see you next time.